This is Hunter Biden, and this is a very telling photo of Hunter Biden, Joe Biden and Jill Biden's son. He looks like a deer caught in the headlights. Completely. He does not know what to do or how to express himself in this moment, but he is inadvertently expressing himself nonetheless. Although his facial expression is blank, much like Joe Biden's facial expression is often blank. His tie speaks volumes. Now, I imagine it's a nice tie, perhaps expensive. The suit looks nice. The shirt's probably nice, expensive. But something being expensive doesn't make it stylish. What makes something stylish is the wearer and how they wear it, and how it meshes with their personality and essence. Just like perfume or cologne. Some cologne smells good in the bottle, then you put it on your skin and it doesn't quite do it for you. Hunter Biden's tie in this represents how uncomfortable he is in this setting. How it makes him feel crooked, disheveled, but still hanging there around his neck. Now, there's not much to be said about this photo that wasn't said about the last photo. Although it is a different facial expression, it's of the same spirit. Although his gesture and the way he's standing is different, the same worry, nervousness, anxiety, uncertainty is expressed. And in all the photos of Hunter Biden in his later years, that's the vibe. Now, if you cover up the veneer-filled mouth of Hunter Biden here, you just see his eyes. You cover his nose and his mouth, you know how we do. And they're contemplative. He's not thinking about whatever is the topic of conversation. His focus is deep within his mind to something that's occupying all of his thoughts. I believe that he's preoccupied often by his thoughts. Now, this is a young, confident Hunter Biden, standing by his father's side as he gives some kind of conference. And I can only imagine how much confidence that might give a young man to see your father being asked questions with 1, 2, 3, 4, however many mics in front of his face, and people coming to him for answers. And he's at an age here where he is just becoming aware of who his parents really are, but not aware in any meaningful way. And I believe Hunter Biden may be the smartest person in the Biden family by far. And I mean common sense more than anything. And some people would dispute me because of what he's gotten himself into in recent years. but I judge by the spirit and by the intentions, never by the actions. Not that actions are meaningless, because they have a very high amount of meaning. But what can be taken away from this is the vast difference between young Hunter Biden, with his confidence and vitality, and this Hunter Biden. Now let's go back to this, or move on to this photo. Now, Joe Biden has a smugness about him. I don't think he notices Hunter Biden is there, really. I don't think he sees him as anything other than a byproduct of his magnificence. And that would cause pain for any child. If you look at Hunter Biden, you see that he is looking to his father with sincere adoration. He utterly admires Joe. And Joe in this photo looks like someone to be admired. He looks good. He's got a nice watch. His hair is nice, nicely done. The jacket's fly. And Hunter is sincerely happy with his role model. It seems as if he feels lucky. And he has hope. He has hope, and he's proud, and he's confident that whatever his father will do for him, however he'll lead him, if I can be like Dad, I'll be okay. But here he doesn't have so much confidence as here. Here there are two separate entities. Here he's a subsidiary of Dad. Somewhere between here and here, he believes that he's gotten to know Dad, and he trusts him. Now this is a great photo. These are supposed to be important people. All of them, especially these two presidents on the left. I find them to be extremely unimpressive, simply because they have taken advantage of life paths that have been laid out. They're walking paths that have been trodden down, even beaten. They walk the beaten path. And that's not in itself inherently despicable or anything. But it doesn't make you qualified to be an impressive person. But let's move on. I don't want to get sidetracked. Here, there's a great separation between Hunter Biden and Obama and Joe Biden. It looks as if Obama might have said something. And Obama is vulgar in most of his expressions. And if you catch him in a candid conversation, he's literally vulgar in his speech and his thoughts and his aspirations. Now, Joe has the same plastered smile on his face. Joe just enjoys life. And this isn't a compliment, it's just what I believe to be true about him. He takes advantage of his opportunities, and he just tries to enjoy being, quote unquote, powerful in the particular society for various reasons not worth mentioning right now. But let's get to Hunter. So the buddies on the left are not quite so impressive anymore to Hunter. He doesn't necessarily want to be there. He's just used to this position to the left of his father. Now, they all have these coats on, and they're fancy coats. But Hunter Biden has a cheap looking pair of jeans on. I can tell they don't fit well. And although they may be expensive, they're not stylish. Style refers to how a person wears something rather than what they're wearing. In the same sense, cologne or perfume can smell great in the bottle and smell awful on the skin. So Hunter is trying to express his true feelings about what he wants to be, which is a guy who wears jeans. Now, as Obama and the elder Biden look at each other, Hunter Biden is looking away in a kind of secretly or covertly morose type of way. The smile is forced. It does not seem as if he likes Barack Obama, and Barack Obama is not very likable. But he knows that if he begins to walk off the beaten path in any real way, and I don't mean doing drugs or getting into trouble, I mean ideologically, the world, in particular likely his family, will rain down upon him with hatred and disapproval. As he fidgets with his hands, and it's not a moving picture, so we can't really tell that he's fiddling completely, but I believe that he's fiddling with his hands, which is something that Joe Biden and Barack Obama have been trained or trained themselves not to do. Although Hunter Biden is a lawyer, like these other two guys are, I believe, he seems more like a public defender. He doesn't quite believe in the law. Once again, as expressed in his sentiments and behaviors in recent years. He wants to be regular. Now here he is all the way on the left. Really good looking kid. Now, his suit is wrinkled, and it may be that you can tell more about the wrinkles, see the wrinkles more because it's a light coat. But he's the only one of the males that's wearing a light colored coat. And I think it's very telling. I really do. I think he's the oddball out. Now, this photo isn't particularly interesting, but here he has a lot of confidence, again, as a young man. There's something about male youth, the youthfulness of masculinity, the obliviousness of it, that creates young, good-looking, confident men, even though he's got a wrinkled jacket on. Now, this is an amazing photo. His clothes are impeccable here. His tie is straight, but his mouth is crooked. Now, Joe on the right has that same rehearsed smile on. His square head is impeccably groomed. But Hunter, on the other hand, look at that smile. One side of his face is going down, and the other side of his smile is going up. He looks very unsure, very uncertain. But he still likes to be next to his dad. If you cover the eyes of Hunter Biden, you can see what I mean. If you cover the nose and mouth of Hunter Biden, the expression is a bit aggressive. So he's uncertain, nervous, but also aggressive. He's not unsure of himself, he's unsure of what to make of the world. Now, this is the youngest photo of Hunter Biden. He's still got all of his childly splendor. He's still got all of his childlike spirit. Thank goodness this is the last photo because I'm becoming tongue-tied. But I believe that this is the purest expression of quote-unquote humanity. Not Hunter Biden, but the childlike spirit that he has in his eyes. He's looking at this little girl, perhaps his sister, and he's impressed, truly impressed. He's impressed in a way that you are impressed by someone who can't hurt you. It's not a submissive type of thing. It's sincere in comparison to this. And I say that because, see, he doesn't really know anything about Joe Biden. Your parents don't really show you themselves. You have to observe them and make your own assessments. But he knows everything about this little girl. His little sister, likely. He's seen her since she was born. And so he has a reason to truly be impressed. Thanks for listening.